Welcome to another exciting episode of Video Game Reviews. That's right, today's episode is going to be exciting for a change. You guys excited? I'm pretty excited. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about Asphalt Legends 9 on the Nintendo Switch. And so this is an arcade-style racing game. And if you don't know what I mean by arcade style is, it's very unrealistic. You can do flips and, destroy cars and destroy your own car and keep racing and all that kind of stuff that makes a racing game fun, in my opinion. And as a video game, in my eyes, that's really its main job, is to be fun. I'm not that concerned with the realism. I mean, past a certain point, obviously. So let's get into it. Few things about it. Now, when I downloaded it, I did not realize this, but apparently this is also a mobile game. And I don't really play games on mobile, so honestly, I had no idea that mobile games even looked this good. Even still, I can't really imagine playing this game on my phone or a tablet. That seems ridiculous to me, but I'm living in the Stone Ages, so whatever. Now, a really cool thing about this game is that it's free. It's totally free to download, and supposedly it's possible to finish this game without spending any money on it, but you would have to be very patient with the grind, because I'll tell you, I've been playing this game for 7 months now. Okay, I've been playing 8 months now, really. I've been playing since March, when I first finally got my Switch, and I'm like 82% of the way. It tells you how far you are through the game. I'm at 82% of the way through the game in 8 months, and that's with spending. I actually have put in a little bit of money into this. Sometimes they'll have really deep sales on content, and so I will spend the money for the downloadable, the extra cars or whatever that you can buy. But mostly in 8 months I've spent very, very little money on this. However, the further you get in the game, the slower the progress becomes, and I think that's part of their strategy to get you to spend that money. Is, once you get, quote, so close to finishing the game, I'm sure a lot of people at that point are glad to, let me just spend this $10. Let me just spend this $25. I mean, honestly, you could spend thousands of dollars on this free game, which would be ridiculous. But I'm really taking a stance that I want to spend almost nothing, like as close to nothing as I can on it. Not that it's not worth it. I mean, it's a great game, and the the publishers seem like quality guys, because there was this one time their server was down or something, and when it came back up, they gave everybody that was affected by that outage a bunch of content. And the same thing happened with the first Corona lockdown back in March, or it may have been early April when they decided to do this, but as sort of a gift. And they posted a little note saying like, hey, I know everybody's affected by this and you're stuck at home right now, so here, enjoy some stuff on us. And they gave me like 2 or 3 of my best cars. They just handed them to me, so it was pretty nice of them, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of community spirit that I like to see in games, and also just elsewhere. Now, one thing I do want to say about the graphics. I think this game looks really slick. If it looks a little choppy or a little jagged, I think that may be like my video capture technique that I use, which is just the button on the Switch, on the Joy-Con. And then whenever I transfer those files over to my laptop, I notice that they don't necessarily look as sharp as they do on the Switch, either in handheld or in docked mode. Oh, snap, I wanted to talk about this. So this is your level select, and each one of those blocks is a race, and there. Oh my god, there's. I mean, like I said, I've been playing this game for 8 months, so there are hundreds, maybe. I think maybe like 1,500 races in the game, racing events. So it's overwhelming. It's so much. But again, it's free. If you have a Switch and it's connected to the internet, you can download this game now. No credit card whatsoever. Um, but I guess an important thing to talk about is, although this is, in fact, as a matter of fact, this is my absolute number one most played game on my Switch. I've got hundreds of hours logged into this game. And my Switch, on my profile, it actually stopped keeping track of the hours around 160 for some reason, but that was a long time ago. I'm sure I'm easily at 300 hours in this stupid little game. And so, with that in mind, I'm not sure that as much as I've enjoyed most of that time that I've put into this thing, I don't know if I really can recommend it to you, because it feels like an obsession. It feels like it almost doesn't even matter if I want to play it or not. It feels like I have to play it. You know what I mean? Like, I never got into Farmville or anything like that, but it feels like what I imagine that would be. Like, you've got these daily events that help you gain whatever fake video game resources. In this case, it's like money or cards that help you unlock cars, etc. And it's fun, but it kind of takes over your life, and it's grindy, and it goes on for too long. So I almost want to say, even though it's fun, like, maybe stay away. I'm not sure. What else did I want to say about this game? Oh, right, yeah, tracks. Both racing tracks and music tracks. You can hear in the background, the music is, a lot of it is not stuff that I would necessarily put on my Spotify, but it's pretty good to race to. I like it. Soundtrack gets a thumbs up for me. The graphics, I've already said, I do enjoy, but the actual racing tracks, there's not that many. And I kind of feel the same way about the music selection. Like, the music's pretty good, but there's not that many songs for a game that I've put 300 hours into. And so that's another consideration. Like, I've put 300 hours on, like, what, 6 racetracks? And and then there's variations of each one, but essentially it's like 6 locations that you're racing at, which is fine for a while, but as long as for the amount of time that you're gonna get suckered into playing this game, that's just not a huge variety. There is a pretty big variety of cars, so that's cool. But oh, and the developers also do update. They just updated pretty recently with a whole new location, which is Osaka, Japan. And so that's always nice to see. I like to see and that costs nothing additional. That's just, hey, if you have this game, here's another track for you to race on. So that's really cool. And I like to see that kind of developer engagement with their product. But I almost feel like there's more I could say about this game, but it's been about 10 minutes, and I think I'm going to call it there. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, I won't actually see you next time, but whatever.